Ladies and gentlemen, Yama has finally been released into Oldschool Runescape, and I've been farming the absolute shit out of him now for the past 12 hours or so. We're just going to do a little bit of demon farming here for contracts while we yap about the update, discuss whether or not this was actually the perfect duo boss drop or not, and I want to discuss a few things about this update, like for example, how the fuck is this an appropriate color of green, Jagex? What is the art team doing? Very fat L on that department, but we'll discuss that more in just a moment because it's more about Yama here and the update as a whole. I want to discuss it. No, I haven't got any Oath Peaks drops at the moment, unfortunately, other than like the little shards that you get. But overall, I want to say that I'm extremely satisfied with this boss fight and the way that Yama works. Now, I've already put out a guide on how to fight Yama, how to beat his ass. Obviously, it's already trended as the #1 Yama guide in the RuneScape community. And honestly, if you want my opinion, guys, with Yama, they said it was going to be an endgame duo boss. It's not the hardest boss in the game, no. The enrage phase at the end is pretty fucking full on, but in terms of it being a duo boss, they fucking cooked. The Royal Titans were an excellent addition to the game when it came to a duo boss, teamwork, two players working together to get a boss kill. I think they've further mastered their skills with Yama to really achieve a good piece of content. I think it's excellent. I think it's very difficult to do solo. It is possible. It's easy to do solo once you get it down. Like, I've got a bunch of solo kills. But the risk is much higher because it doesn't scale down. And I think Yama with the contracts is going to fuck. I think it's going to be quite challenging for a lot of players. It's going to be very interesting. These contracts might start going for a lot of money on Friday when they unlock it next week. But let's talk about the actual fight itself, the boss, the mechanics. Visually, it's awesome. It's excellent. You know, I rate it overall. I'll go in now at the start of the video. I rate this boss about 8 out of 10. Like a solid fucking 8. And I'll tell you how we can get it to a 10 if Jagex ever wants to take any advice. Or at least just take this on board for future development when it comes to PVM and bosses. #1, I think the sounds, the visuals, everything about the boss in terms of what you see and hear on the screen is fucking good. Love the big meteor slam. Loving the use of the glyphs and the way that they all work. The animations are awesome. The only small problem, I think, is that the ranged attack is quite difficult to see at the moment. I think there's probably a visual buff they can kind of do to that to make it less hidden, less discreet. But because mostly during the enrage phase, it's like, what the fuck, where was the range attack? Where's it coming from? But then you also know once it's in timing, you know when the range attack's coming. It's not very visual as opposed to the mage attack. That's probably the main pet peeve with the visuals and stuff. Otherwise, it does look and sound excellent. The music is awesome. The sound effects are great. It's a great fucking boss in that aspect. The fight itself, very challenging, especially at the start. Obviously, just like all pieces of content, once you get the content down, you're swimming. You've got it sorted, you've got a good duo partner. There's many different ways to take the boss on, but it's all the same principle. It's the same route you take every time. The agility, little like hopscotch thing, I looked at that and I thought, fuck, that's going to get boring really quick during a boss fight. But honestly, nah, that shit fucks. That's a big boy, man. Like, the agility farm, the agility hopscotch section, it's super quick. It's not too long. It's not too tedious. It doesn't like feel like a slog. It doesn't feel like you're rolling your eyes when it pops up. It's quick, hop over, kill the cunt, get back in. They balance that shit really well. I think the stone jumping is fucking, it's a nice addition. It's fucking different, and it works. It's awesome. I have no complaints about it. I think Yama being mostly melee dependent until you get to the end and use mage. That seems to be the rough meta for the best times at the moment. You melee the fight, you mage the end of the fight. That's a nice balance. I think that's fair. No range usage really at all, which is okay. I'm not bothered by that. I think T-Bow users might be a bit upsetty spaghetti, but overall it's whatever. I like that the purging staff is now a strong weapon that's got a use that isn't just fucking standing there like a lemon in your bank. And the shit thing is the amount of runes you're going through using Dart Demon Bane, holy fuck. Obviously Tome of Fire cancels out the amount of fire runes you need, and fire runes aren't that expensive, but fuck, you will go through them very quickly. So it's a little bit different in terms of endgame content. They finally found a use to the standard spellbook that is not just spamming Thralls and Venge when it comes to executing PVM perfection. Other than obviously freezing and Tob, like otherwise when the fuck else are you using standard spells? Almost never. Ice Demon a little bit, but it's not worth it a lot of the time unless you bring a spellbook swap, which is a waste of time for a lot of players unless you're speed running. So it's nice that the content is developed around this spellbook and it fucking hits too. It's not like some pussy ass spell where you're forced to hit like fucking 6s and 7s. You're hitting 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s like reliably. The spec from the Persian Staff, just like here, is fucking beautiful. Look at that. Put them in the bin, get a free spec and a faster attack off. I love the usability of it in the Yama fight on the final phase. I think Yama overall, the fight is excellent. The wave skipping is not like the Huey Coddle where it's like poorly fucking done. So you can't initially see exactly which tile you should be stepping on because the animation isn't like in line with the true tile for some fucking reason. So they've really refined it. It's actually the first boss that's been released in recent years that doesn't have retarded click boxes all over it so far from what I can tell. So that's really nice as well. They've polished up Yama nicely. I think it is a good base level fight. Do I think it's endgame? Yeah, I'd put it at the endgame, but it's not the hardest boss in the game. No fucking way. Soloing, it's fun. I do enjoy soloing it. The soloing, it's not the easiest to get down, but once it is fun. I will rate it up there. The drop table, okay, we got to talk about this fucking drop table. Like Jagex, I don't know where to start. One, fucking, let's have a look up here in the top right. Yama, okay, so battle stars, that's fine. Onyx tips, dragon, alchemals, that's fine. Runes, yeah, whatever, that's fine. Okay, let's start with the barbarian mixes. What the fuck? Barbarian mixes are dead content. Adding barbarian mixes to the drop table doesn't make them relevant. Why are we giving out barbarian? Do you know what this does? This creates a placeholder in my bank. Because it's super restore, like shit, I don't want to get rid of super restores, that's good shit. But now it's a placeholder in my bank where I've got 10 fucking barbarian mixed super restores. When the fuck am I going to use a 2-dose restore potion? Whichever JMod is in charge of this shit is insane. Fuck off. The Zamorak brews are even worse because Zamorak brews are not only completely fucking useless aside from, well actually no, they're essentially completely useless since the Elder Maul / Dragon Warhammer buff on Tecton. You no longer need the accuracy buff due to a guaranteed spec. The Zamorakian brews are used almost exclusively for scamming cunts on PvP worlds, trying to pretend that there's a YouTube video to fucking lower their HP and take all their gold because it's high risk. Why are we bringing these into the game and why are we doing it by barbarian mix? Now, I get, oh, there's a devil, it's Zamorak, and fuck off. Do an unholy symbol like Cerberus. I would rather that because I know I can leave it on the floor and not be like, well, shit. It's stupid. Am I the only person as well that's kind of sick of getting pies and fucking pizzas as a drop from bosses? Is this just me? Am I tripping balls? Am I complaining too much? This is ridiculous because you're just creating placeholders in my bank that's fucking annoying again. Greater Demons have just switched to a red star, which means we've got to go just get some special attack back real quick and start specking them with this purging, was it? The purifying purging stuff? So with the hard food, sorry, back to the pizza and pie problem here. The pizza pie problem from Jagex is, I feel like this is just a JMod's joke, like an inside joke that's going too fucking far that no one's finding funny. Just fucking give us monkfish, okay? I don't need pizza and fucking wild pies in my bank. Most players don't need pizza and wild pies in their bank. It's not necessary. I mean, look at me, probably just being tedious and complaining about bullshit, but let's cut the shit here, guys. Who the fuck wants pizzas and pies in their fucking bank? Like, what is that providing for us? I'll tell you what it's providing. It's just another fucking placeholder of bullshit. It's not even good food. It's just inconvenient. I want more food per click. If you want to bring food into the game that's not sharks and not fucking anglerfish and manta rays, monkfish is a perfect balanced food. It's good for Slayer. It's good for pre-pots. It's midway. It's not expensive. No one's fucking doing anything with monkfish anymore. They're worth cooked 400 gold. Stop giving us fucking half-ass pizzas. It's not happening. Please. Stop the pizza. Stop the pie. Give us fucking monkfish for the love of God. That's unironically one of my biggest complaints with Yama. And so that means Yama's a good boss, in my eyes. Like, if one of my biggest complaints is fucking the fact that it gets pizzas and pies on the draw table, then you can argue that the boss itself is actually a decent fucking fight. The pizzas, the pies, the fucking barbarian potions, especially the Zamorak and brews, all a load of horseshit. Otherwise, I really do rate the boss. I do think the purging, the constant use of the Dark Demon Bane is a bit overwhelming in terms of rune consumption, but like it's a kind of an invalid argument because it's like saying using the ciphers, you know, a bit over the top. It's not that big of a deal. We're just look, I think we've got a great fucking boss with Yama. I think Jagex has cooked really fucking hard. The fight is excellent. I think Oath Plate does look pretty sick. Haven't had a piece myself, but a mate of mine pulled the plate body and the helmet in front of me, by the way, in 15 KC. So, fuck that guy. Otherwise, overall with Yama, my experience has been quite positive so far. I think the fact that you die and spawn outside of the arena is a massive W. Because it just makes it feel less of a troll, especially if you die like instantly for some reason. You can at least go straight back into the fight and what the fuck was that, and it not be like super punishing. I haven't tried the mining yet. A lot of people are coming past some mining down here. I haven't given it a single like look at the moment. We might even go down there now, just have a quick squiz, because I haven't yet looked into it properly and invested any time into figuring it out. But apparently it's pretty good stackable mining. It might even be good XP. Knowing Jagex, something's fucking broken on release. Give me a contract. Never lucky. So if I pass the fire, I think you have to get at least one Yama kill to pass this. And alright, there's a big old node. Quench. Okay, this will be where you make the shit, I'd imagine. Fuck that little imp. Oh, talk to the imp. What's he got to say? I don't have time for that shit. So you got Infernal Shell Rock and then Infernal Shell Deposit. So just a lot of fucking mining by the looks of it. There's a deposit here that's depleted. I'm going to have to go give that a look in a minute. Because it sounds like this might even be some sort of profitable money maker. If Yama goes down in value, this goes up, I believe. If I remember correctly. So there's an anvil there too. Cool. This is where you make all your oath plate. Very exciting. As for this demon task here, this whole situation, Jagex, I've been doing no Mark of Darkness this whole time, fuck me. Jagex, we have a small problem with the demons, and that is, it's a very simple problem, it's a visual problem. The visual problem being, like, you're declaring colors like red and green and yellow. The green is not good. The green is not a good green. You've got a fucking palette of green colors available. There's 50 shades of green, and you had to choose the one that looks like it's white or possibly yellow. Sometimes I feel like the art team isn't quite like. I mean, this isn't directly related to the Yama update, but even look at this cape. This is the Dead Man cape, Dead Man Zamorak cape. The design is awesome. The color scheme is fucking atrocious. The color scheme is a step and a half back from the normal Zamorak style. It's not even fucking close. And I don't know like where some of the J-mods get off thinking that it's okay to push that into the game without giving feedback. It is absurd. Surely we finish him. Hell yeah. So, there's just a few times that I'm questioning some of the design concepts that come into this game. Oh, they just changed the blue again, you fucking dogs. That's barely blue. You could do a better blue than that, Jagex. Look at the blue of the wizard's hat in the fucking magic skill. Like, put some fucking effort in. Holy shit. Blue, I think, is back to melee two-hander. I don't know what indicates changing these, but I've not had yellow or purple yet. I feel like there's a better blue that they could go with, because the blue's not bad. You can tell it's blue, but the green, you look at that and you go, that's arguably yellow. Some people see it and go, what the fuck is that? And it really isn't that fucking difficult to just choose a shade that's more like, it's common sense. Right, so those are little pet peeves I have about the update itself. Another thing, the biggest problem with the update was the Jagex launcher. People just couldn't log the fuck in for like an hour and a half. I was able to get in with the Jagex launcher instantly, luckily. But look at this shit. Mixers at the bottom of my fucking bank for no reason. It's a fucking joke. Like, what do you want me to do with that shit? We've got pizzas. Like, what do you want me to do with this pizza? I'm not going to fucking use it. I think the Jagex needs to get on top of this Jagex launcher shit and stop fucking cooking everyone on the update release on big updates, because it's becoming a bit of a joke. Jagex launcher's been out since 2022. It's been in full release since 2024. I don't know what to tell you, to be honest. The pacing of Yama is excellent, to be honest. The skill ceiling is pretty decent because the way that the P3 works, the flinching and then moving out of the way of the skulls and the waves at the same time is really nice. I don't have the depth charge upgrade. I haven't even seen that yet, so I think Jagex has done a good job with Yama. I think they've cooked hard. There's just a few tweaks they could make, which is mostly with the regular drop table, and that is getting rid of this fucking food and a Barbarian Brew fucking fetish shit that's going on. And really that's mostly it to make this boss better. I think other than that, this boss is a solid 8. I'm leaning towards a 9 out of 10 the more I'm doing it, the more I'm farming it. It really is nice. I think they've done a good job. I think Yama is so close to being perfect. I can't wait to see what the contracts have in store for us, and I am looking forward to either testing them or making money from the contracts on stream in the near future. Make sure you subscribe down below, boys. Share your thoughts about Yama and your experiences, and I will see you in the live streams very soon for more Yama content. This is the easiest move in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy.